What's good, YouTube? This is the kid DC Wrestling, back once again with another one like always, man. I'm gonna get right into this mug. AEW's Forbidden Door 2024. This is the latest AEW pay-per-view that's coming out next Sunday night, and this is the one time of the year where AEW and New Japan get together and do a conjoint show, and obviously this year they're not just doing strictly AEW and New Japan. But then again, I'm kind of surprised that they even have any New Japan talent, considering the fact that Tony Khan used up all his money to pretty much buy almost any New Japan talent that he can possibly get. And now, legitimately, if you look at a lot of the wrestlers on the roster, like a lot of them that used to wrestle for New Japan are now exclusively signed to AEW. So it low key kind of makes the AEW New Japan partnership relationship a little bit unnecessary. You know what I mean? But this year they don't just got New Japan, they got CMLL talent, they got talent from Stardom, so they got other different companies that are going to be involved. So this is still Forbidden Door. They always reference that Forbidden Door, Forbidden Door, Forbidden Door. But we're gonna get right into this prediction show, man. MJF is gonna be taking on High Jericho, and I know I mispronounced his name. I'm probably gonna mispronounce a lot of these names here, and so for that, I want to say I apologize. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that I don't watch that I watch CMLL, and obviously New Japan on a regular basis, and even Stardom on a regular basis, because I'm gonna let you know right here, right now, I don't. Hell, not even AEW. Like, I haven't even really tuned into the AEW shows outside of the YouTube clips. They recently putting on highlights of the full show, so I've been catching up on that, but I haven't been tuning in like to full on episodes of AEW Dynamite or AEW Collision. I've just been checking out mostly the highlights on YouTube. But I think MJF goes over. MJF has been on a hot streak since he's came back. He beat Roosh on Dynamite recently. And I don't see MJF losing this matchup. I really don't. I think he's going to beat this guy here. And it should be a good one. If you're familiar with this dude, Hycherio, again, mispronounced his name. I apologize. All right, the next match I'm going to talk about is this TNT title ladder match. Obviously, Copeland had suffered that injury back at Double or Nothing, so he had to vacate the title. And in this match so far, you got Mark Briscoe, you got Dante Martin, you got Konosuke Kanetsuka, you got Jack Perry, and you got two other people that are obviously have yet to be revealed or whatever. But, I think Jack Perry ends up winning this match. I mean, you already got to make the Elite a more just crazy group than they already are. And then it's kind of like I don't want to say it makes them look weak, but you got the Elite, the Young Bucks, who were the tag team champions. Freaking Okada, I want to say, had literally defended his title last night on Collision. He's the AEW Continental Champion. So it just kind of makes sense a little bit for everybody in the group to have a title. So Jack Perry, I think, is going to win the TNT Championship, and should be a good ladder match, man. The ladder matches never really disappoint. The next match we're going to talk about is Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now, I think Zack Sabre Jr. goes over in this one. It's clear, Orange Cassidy has had some pretty good matches at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view over the past, 2 years. So I think this time he's going to have a good one with Zack Sabre Jr., but I do think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to go on and win this one. I want to say they're in the middle of giving Zack Sabre Jr. a push right now, so I may be wrong because, like I said, I don't really follow New Japan like that, but I think that ZSJ gets the win. There we go. ZSJ gets the win, so it should be a good one here between him and Orange Cassidy. Another good one, man, I think could definitely be one of the best matches on the show. Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takachi. Now, I want to say this is the second time they fought, because they fought in New Japan. I may be wrong, but the stipulations of this match is this is the Owen Hart tournament, and I think Bryan Danielson is going over in this one. I think he gets his win and he moves on in the tournament. Now, I did saw the clip where Danielson had tried to shake Takachi's hand, sign of respect, but Shingo was just like, "I'm not shaking your hand. Like I'm not shaking your hand for shit." So I do think that after this match, they will shake each other's hand and all that, respect and all that good stuff. But I think, because obviously the one person has to go over here, I think Danielson does go over here. So, but another key match, man, at this show, you got Jon Moxley defending his IWGP World's Heavyweight Championship against Tetsuya Naito. Now, they fought before. I mean, Jon Moxley defeated Naito to win the title in the first place. And I want to say that the reason why Moxley was even champion in the first place, why he's had the run he's had, was because that New Japan had wanted to get, I guess, some more Western fans here in the U.S. to tune into New Japan. And I guess putting Jon Moxley, putting the title on Mox was the way of doing that. But I think Moxley's losing this one. And Mox, I mean, I guess you could say he's had an okay reign as champion. He's definitely not the greatest IWGP World's Heavyweight Champion of all time, but his reign ain't bad from any means, I don't think. But I don't think he's going over in this one. I think Naito wins, and I think Naito wins back, the IWGP World's Heavyweight Championship. Toni Storm taking on Mina or Nina. Like I said, I mispronounce these names, man. But I'm gonna say Mariah May's girl, because Mariah May she's playing both sides of the field in this one. She's with Toni Storm, and she's also representing this girl that she grew to know, obviously in Stardom and all that. So history between these women, but I think Toni Storm retains here. I think Toni Storm retains her title. I don't see this woman beating Toni Storm at all. But it should be a competitive back and forth matchup. And, like I said, man, I feel like there might be a scenario in the match where Mariah May, because, again, she's representing Toni Storm and this chick. And kind of like Paul Heyman with Brock and Roman all those years back, you had to pick a side. Either you're going to be on this side or you're going to be on that side. And I think there's going to be a scenario in the match where Mariah May is going to have to choose either Toni Storm and this Stardom chick that she's good friends with. And at the end of the day, I think she ends up choosing Toni Storm because it's Toni Storm. But now we get to what will be probably the semi-main event. Mercedes Monae versus Stephanie Valkyrie. Stephanie Valkyrie is the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, and Mercedes Monae is obviously the TBS champion. So these two women are going at it title for title unification match, and kind of a little bit of redemption arc for Mercedes Monae, because obviously, this was the same title that she had competed for and had got injured for. So Mercedes is obviously looking to beat Stephanie for the title. Should be a good women's match. I'm not really particularly known of Stephanie Valkyrie. I heard some good stuff about her, so that's why I say this match should still be good. But again, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that I know everything about this chick, because I don't. I do think Mercedes Monae goes over. I do think she wins and she unifies the Strong and the TBS title. So, because Mercedes Monae is just on a momentum that I just don't really see stopping anytime soon. But now the main event. Swerve, Strickland, Will Ospreay, who is the international champion for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, a lot of people are automatically picking Ospreay to win. Oh, Ospreay's going to do it. Ospreay is going to beat Swerve, and Ospreay is going to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, bruv. But I kind of said this couple weeks ago when I had first talked about this match, and I kind of still stand by it. I think Swerve beats Will Ospreay. I feel like, you know, this will be kind of a redemption arc for Ospreay. Kind of sets him back a little bit because Ospreay has been on a roll where he hasn't been beaten, and a loss like this kind of sets him back where he has to refocus, reset, and in a sense build himself back up to where he can challenge for the world title again, and this time overcome the obstacles and win the world title. So I don't think Ospreay's going to win this one. Now, if he does, obviously it won't be a surprise. You can tell Ospreay is the biggest toy Tony Khan loves to use right now. So I mean, he could win the world title, but I don't know. I just think Swerve just ends up winning the title, and Swerve probably won't drop the title till all in. If I'm being honest with you, in London, but I don't know. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what goes about it. But in the end, I think Swerve Strickland retains his AEW World Championship. So that has been my official AEW Forbidden Door preview and predictions. And, we'll see what happens next Sunday night.